Lesson 59, finding surface areas and volumes of prisms. So when you are finding the lateral surface area of a prism, all you have to do is take the perimeter of the base and times it by the height. That way you don't have to find the area of each side and add them together. So for the lateral area of a prism, perimeter times height. So I just have, if you put perimeter, P is for perimeter and H is for height. And the L just stands for lateral area. Then if you wanted to do the surface area of a prism, so that's the total surface area. We call that S. You take the lateral surface area and add 2 times the area of the base. So the lateral surface area is what we just found here. And then capital B is just area of the base. And because in a prism there's 2 bases, you just multiply the area that you get by 2, and then you add it to the lateral area, and you'll have the total surface area of the prism. We're going to do an example. Find, we'll just put capital S for surface area of a hexagonal prism with side length 10 centimeters and height of 40 centimeters. So because it's a hexagonal prism, the base will be a hexagon. So if we just draw ourselves a hexagon so we can see it. This would be the base. Every side is 10 centimeters. If you think about dividing this up into 6 triangles. Each of these triangles are regular triangles. So if we were to divide one of them in half, this right triangle, if we're just looking at that little right triangle, this side, this leg would be 5. This leg would be 5 root 3. And the area of one of those triangles is 25 square root 3. So half the base, which is 5, times the height, 25 root 3. And that's for one of the triangles. So then we could just multiply by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 25 times 6 is 150 root 3. So that's the area of one of the bases. Yes, Andrew.
Why would it be by 12? Because you divide all of the triangles into 2.
Okay, so when we do the area of a triangle, we do the base times the height and then divide it by 2. So if you multiply it by 2, if we just look at this whole triangle, the base is 10. So you do 10 times 5 root 3, and then divide by 2, and that gives you the area of the whole thing. No? Yeah? Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I should write that off the side. We'll just do a little area of of one of the triangles is 10 times 5 root 3, and then divide by 2. And then that will give you your 25 root 3. And since there's two bases, we're going to times it by 2, or just add another 150 root 3. So that's going to be 300 root 3. So that's this part of the formula for surface area. And then we need to add the lateral surface area, which is the perimeter of the base times the height. So we just do 10 times 6. That's the perimeter. And then the height we were given was 40. So that is 2,400. And then we add those two together and put our label on. So we have 2,400 plus 300 square root 3 centimeters squared. For an oblique prism, that just means that it's not straight up and down. It's like a leaning prism. So we use the same formula. But use altitude instead of height, which is the same thing, but, well, I guess it's not the same thing. So if you had, this is not in 3 dimensions, but you would just use this altitude right here. So basically the perpendicular distance from the top to the ground. Okay, that's it. Let's do our lesson practice.